Hello everyone, welcome to our Gen Con Card Artist series. This is the T through Z segment of the alphabet, so we'll be finishing up the alphabet here, but there's actually going to be one more video after this, and I'll explain that in just a moment. This video is going to be featuring artists Andrew Thompson, sometimes called SchmandrewART, Jacob Walker, Owen Weber, Erica Williams or Hookie Dukie, Kirsten Zirngible, or Zirnworks, and it also has art from Game of Thrones LCG, the Arkham Horror LCG, KeyForge, L5R or Legend of the Five Rings, Lorcana, the Lord of the Rings LCG, Magic the Gathering, and the Star Wars LCG. One thing to note, there is one artist that falls into this range that will be getting his own video. Mark Tadine has just a ton of art, so he's going to get a special video after this one. Just in case you don't know or you need a reminder, Gen Con is North America's largest tabletop gaming convention. It is held in Indianapolis. Over 70,000 people should be there and has a ton of stuff going on all the time. We are going to be focusing on the art show segment of this event. The art show is a place where artists can gather to kind of set up booths, have their own wares on display. Many of them have original pieces. They might have prints. But one thing that most of them offer is signing of things. So this list is of card artists that we're trying to help you get your cards together and bring your cards to get signed by these artists. Many of them offer cool services like shadow signatures or little doodles on your cards, things like that. They typically do charge for these services, and they might charge more for some of those special features. Okay, let's just get straight into the art. We're going to start with SchmandrewART. He has currently one Lorcana card and 6 magic cards that we're going to look at. Okay, and here is Andrew's only Lorcana card. It is an enchanted, which is pretty cool. Andrew has said his favorite color is pink. You're probably going to be able to realize that once you look at the rest of his art as well. Next up are Andrew's magic cards. I really like the Waltz Over Age down here. It's kind of creepy, kind of cool. Not sure how to feel about it sometimes. I also really like the Skybox Fairy up at the top right. This one has a lot of really great colors to it, and it's entrancing. All right, our next artist up is Jacob Walker. He's got 3 cards for KeyForge, which is a new game for this series. We also have 5 from L5R, as well as 3 from the Star Wars LCG. I really like how simple the framing is on this game. This is KeyForge. Very simple framing, the colors are cool. I really like the imprinted Marmook image over here on the right. Lots of great colors there, seafaring folk type of feel to it. Now on to Jacob's L5R cards. My favorite one here by far is the Primal Tempest. There's a lot going on in this, and it just feels like this really epic battle that you're beholding. It's just pretty cool. Now on to his Star Wars LCG cards. Ewoks, man, they're fierce. I really like the Battle of Endor card, but the Courage of the Tribe card here, just the Ewoks showing off their trophies. It's iconic. Okay, next up we have Owen Weber, or at least I really hope it's Weber and not Weber. Sorry, I'm from Utah. We've got Weber Mountains, Weber County, like lots of things are named Weber here. So that's just what sticks in my head. So I apologize if that's wrong, Owen. I still love you and your art. He has 5 cards from a Game of Thrones LCG, as well as 5 from Arkham Horror, and 14 from the Lord of the Rings LCG. All right, we'll start with the Game of Thrones cards. I'll be honest with you, I have not watched the Game of Thrones. I'm very sorry if that offends you. So I don't have a lot of attachment to these characters, so I'm just looking at the art itself. I really like the Sansa's Maid art. I think it's just kind of lovely, as well as kind of this darkness in Marsh's Conspirator. Now on to Owen's Arkham Horror cards. I'll be honest, I have a hard time not looking just at Duke on this one. He just looks like such a good boy. He's trying to help you survive. That's awesome. Now jumping to the Lord of the Rings LCG art. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, so I really love to see any of these games on here. The Gondorian shield up there is pretty cool, but I really like the Mithlond Sea Watcher. That's beautiful colors on this. Lovely art, and it just really makes you feel like you can feel the elves here. And our last page for Owen, there's some really great pieces here, but the swarming mosquitoes, that just seems like a horrible, horrible nightmare for that poor guy. So kind of cool. Might be cool with the signature, especially if you get a silver one across like his black cloak. I think that would look neat. Okay, our next artist up is Erica Hookie Dukie Williams. Erica does use they, them pronouns, so that's just something to keep in mind if you go and get any cards signed by them. Currently, they have 5 magic cards, and they're pretty cool. Erica has some really great looking pieces, especially if you're a cat lover. This Achik here is kind of a creepy Mothman looking kind of thing, which is kind of cool. But we've also got a couple of cat cards. This mountain is kind of dark and broody, but also really pretty. And our last artist for this video is Kirsten Zirngible. She is currently has 10 magic cards, and she really focuses in on the architecture of really cool looking buildings. So right away when you look at this first page, you might notice the Inspiring Sanctuary is a serialized card, which is pretty cool for having so few cards. She's got it serialized. It's in the schematic style that's been pretty popular for a lot of the serialized ones. I really like also the Ferris wheel up at the top center. But some really cool buildings here, lots to look at, lots of details to kind of just check out and analyze with these. So really great options for signature for sure. And with that, we have now finished up the alphabet in our card artist series, but we haven't quite finished the series yet. We do have one more artist that we'll be doing a special feature on. Mark Tadine has a ton of art, especially in Magic. He's actually one of the OGs for Magic and been around since the beginning. So we're going to make a special feature video just for him, and that will be our last one to show you all of the card artists that are going to be at Gen Con right away, pretty much. Hopefully I can get these all published right before the show and give you enough time to be able to pull out your cards and figure out what you want to get signed by these amazing artists. Hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks.